This is our geometry exam review again. EXAM. And this is video number 2. And for this one, I'm going to be concentrating on formulas. You know, we just saw in video 1 algebraic expressions, but formulas are also important in geometry. And if you looked at the midterm review in the book, these are problems number 29 through 33. And so if we just looked at those briefly and thought about what do the formulas mean? If you had to explain to someone, here's number 29. A is equal to pi r squared. Okay, what does that mean? Well, you know this has something to do with circles. So a circle, and the r is the radius of the circle, and the A stands for the area. So how would I explain this? I would just say that the area, the A, of a circle is pi. Now pi is just a number, so there's not much you can explain about that. Pi times the radius, that's the r, squared. Or if you want, you could say pi times r, radius, times r, right? R times r is r squared. Okay, so that's what that formula means, and I've explained the variables at the same time. Let's pull up another page and try problem number 30. Number 30, again, a formula that you should recognize. A is length times width. Well, I sort of gave it away. So A is again an area, but this is not a circle problem. This is a rectangle problem, and you should recognize that from middle school, that if you have a rectangle with a length and a width and you're trying to find the area inside, then you multiply the length and the width. So if I were to explain this, including the variables, I would say the area A of a rectangle equals or is the length, right? Length, that's the L, times the width. Okay, W. So I've got the explanation. Now let's go back at the previous one. Did I include the word circle in there? If I go back to that area, I should probably have put in here the area of a circle. So just to be very clear, we know we're talking circles. There's our circle. But in my explanation, I should probably say the area of a circle, right? Because in the second one, we had the area of a rectangle. Okay, so let's look at number 31. Number 31, here's the formula. It says D is equal to the square root, all of the stuff in here, x2 minus x1 quantity squared, and y2 minus y1 quantity squared, all under the radical sign. Okay, so we have to, quote, explain what it means, including the variables. Well, this should scream at you. This is the distance formula. The distance. So explanation, distance between 2 points, and these are points in the Cartesian plane, right, in the xy plane. So xy plane. And coordinates, with coordinates, ordered pairs, if you will. First x coordinate and the first y coordinate, and the second x coordinate and the second y coordinate, okay, is given by square root, and you could abbreviate some of this if you want, of, words, difference, that means subtract, right, difference of x coordinates squared, right, squared, plus difference of y coordinates squared. Okay, and obviously really, really wordy. That's why algebra is so nice. It's very, very concise when you write it this way. Okay, neat formula. We do use it a lot in geometry. but you won't have to explain one that complicated on the exam. Okay, let's look at number 32. In the review, P, A, plus B, plus C, what does it mean? Okay, so we think about all our geometric figures. These are three numbers. Typically, we're thinking A, B, and C as the length of sides. And if we just drew a triangle of any type and you label the sides A, B, and C, this doesn't have to be a right triangle. It could just be an acute or an obtuse triangle. What does P stand for? The distance around, right? So this is the perimeter P of any triangle, right, equals sides A, B, and C added together. Okay. Okay, so there's an explanation for 32. And the last one, let's see, this is problem number 33. Number 33, so we have P again, 2L plus 2W. 2L plus 2W. So now we think about all our geometry stuff that we know. P is again perimeter. Perimeter of what? So let's see, let's get a little picture going. A rectangle springs to mind. Here's L and W. Remember the other formula was the area of a rectangle. But now we've got two L's and two W's. Well, let's see, does that make sense? Sure, this is an L. We know rectangles are parallelograms, so opposite sides are equal, right? So that's also L. And likewise, opposite sides, W, W. So we know that the perimeter of a rectangle, adding up all four sides, equals L plus W plus W, right? All four sides. And then like in the first review video, we like to combine like terms. So L and L, that's a couple of L's. And W and W, that's a couple of W's. Okay, so there we are. The perimeter of a rectangle equals the sum of all four sides. Okay, so that would be a good explanation. And again, on your exam, expect a couple of formulas that you have to, explain or describe what they mean, including what do the variables mean. Okay, so in this case, L was length and W was width. Okay, so happy algebra on your exam. I'll go ahead and stop this video here.